Welcome to your after-school program PD. This PD is primarily focused on closed syllables, but I'm going to introduce kind of all the routines and what you are expected to teach for each of these routines. So for this first routine, we're focused on closed syllables. I'll go more into this for this video, but I just want to go in and explain what the rest of the routines are. So routine 24 is focused on syllables that end with the silent E. So all of these words should end with silent E. If they don't end with the silent E, then it does not fit the skill. So they put non-examples because they want kids to be able to differentiate between those two skills. Next one is focused on open syllables. So those are syllables that will all end in a vowel, and they will make that vowel sound. And that will just happen for all of them. So like the word banjo. So ban is not an open syllable, but jo is because it ends with that O. So those are some examples. And like I said, I'll go more into these routines as we progress. All right, routine 26 focuses on vowel teams. So anytime we see two vowels together, that is a vowel team. So A-U, A-W, A-U, A-Y, O-Y, E-E, O-Y, O-I, E-E, O-A, A-I, and that is basically it for those. The biggest thing is making sure that students know that either they're going to say their names, but if it's like, for example, A-U or A-W, those make the ah sound, so the same sound as short O. Or if it is O-Y or O-I, those make the oi sound like in boy or coin. The routine 27 is focused on consonant L-E. So there's always going to be a consonant and then L-E. So B is our consonant, L-E. C is our consonant, L-E. D is our consonant, L-E. F is our consonant, L-E, and continue on. So some words that we might see in real life that have that consonant L-E are like maple, apple, pickle, uncle. All right, and then the very last routine is routine 28, which is focused on R-controlled syllables. So there's always has to be a vowel before the R, and that's going to change the sound of that vowel would normally make because of the R. So IR is OR is or, ER is IR UR So there should only be two sounds that they're really focusing on for this, other than like AR, which would be R. And I normally tell them to think of like a pirate for those. So this is what their assessment page will look like. I just took it from step 3. I did have a typo here that I just realized when I was reading through this, but I've already printed it, so it is missed without the extra E in between. So if you catch that when you are testing, just cross it out and write the correct word. I apologize for not catching that much sooner. But this is going to cover each of their assessments, and also says which assessment this is testing over for each one, because I know on the routine package it does not say if it's closed or not. So I wrote all the routines and their names and the words that they read, and it's out of 15, and you just put the date and did they pass, put a check mark or not. That way we can keep track of where they are in the multisyllabic routine. And this will just be one sheet per student that will last them the entire booklet, basically. So what I am showing you guys is a shortened version of the routines. There's a whole book that we have for multisyllabic routines, but we don't have enough books for everyone. So that's why I'm giving you a shortcut version. So for every shortcut version, I want students to have some form of eloquent boxes. I have printed off some for you guys, but you need to just draw it out. Like I literally just took a marker and just drew it out like this. And you need a marker for this. And the students need to practice reading. All right, so some skills that the kids are going to need to know in order to do these routines are like their digraphs and blends. Those are the top two I definitely think they need. So examples of digraphs are CH, SH, TH, PH, and there's probably other ones, but I can't think of all of them right now. And then we need to know our blends. So we have an L blend and we have an R blend. So some L blends would be like BL, CL, and then for our R blends would be GR, CR, DR. So those are just some examples. There's obviously more like BR, but they need to know to have that knowledge down of their digraphs, their blends, and their L and R blends. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Because they need to know these before they get into the multisyllabic routine. Otherwise, they might be confused when to split a word because they may not know the rules of if they can split a digraph or not. So no, you don't split a digraph, but if they don't know that, then they may make that mistake. So I'm going to erase this part, and we're just going to go ahead and get into the routine. So as a teacher, I would just write these words on the board and make the students split the words. I will show them an example how you split the words on the electronic boxes, but then you are going to let them write the words. And it's okay if they make mistakes, but we are trying to teach them things like, hey, we don't split the digraphs, or we don't split the blends in inappropriate ways and stuff. So, for example, our first word on our list is the word chog. You can write that on the board, big letters, show them how to split the words. So, for example, the purpose of an electronic box is to split it by the sounds. CH is a digraph, which makes one sound. So we don't want to do a C and we don't want to do a H here. We want to put CH together because it's a digraph and it makes one sound. And then we have O and G. So when we sound it out, we go ch, og, chog. And the kids can do that on their arms. You can't see my full arm, but I'm going to just show my hand for now. So ch, og, chog. So that's what they should be doing for pretty much step 1 and step 2. They may have non-examples of closed syllables. And closed syllables are syllables with a short vowel sound. So they have to make the sound a, I, or They can't make any A, E, I, O, or U sounds. Or any other sounds besides the short sounds, basically. So, for example, if you gave them the word chate, which is on the non-example side. So, the reason the word chate does not work is because that silent E makes the vowel say its name. So, they can practice writing chate, ch, and we will always kind of put the silent E right next to it because we don't want it in its own box because it doesn't make a sound. But I always draw an arrow showing that this makes the vowel say its long sound. So now when they sound it out, ch, 8, that does not belong to the closed syllable rule because it does not make a short vowel sound. So that is pretty much it for step 1 and 2, is that you're writing words on the board and the kids are putting it in the electronym boxes and should be able to read those words to you. And you should also make sure you're tapping it out after they put it in the boxes so we can make sure we're all on the same page. And if you're noticing or hearing a student who's constantly getting it wrong, that's a student you probably need to sit with to kind of make sure they're getting the routines down. And at this point, you guys should know most of your students who really needs to be sat with. Step 3 is focusing on multisyllables now. And step 3 right here is focus on multisyllables, but this is the pseudo words, which are also some of the words that they will be reading for their assessment. So, for example, we have the word admist. The biggest thing that they're going to have issues with, like I said, with the multisyllabic routine, is knowing where to split the words. So what I normally tell them to do is put their vowels and then see what is next. So I have a consonant and a consonant. Well, you can have two consonants together like in a blend or a digraph, but this is not a blend or a digraph. So I know I have to split my word here. So I'm going to put add here, and then I'm going to put the rest of the word mest. So now I'm going to sound it out. Add, mest, add mest. And then they can tap it out on their arms the same way that we were sounding it out, but it would be add, mest, add mest. All right. And then for the other part of step 3, where it has the real words that we would use, we can do the word contest, for example. So contest, put it here. So always find your vowel first. Your first vowel is here. And then I'm going to put 2 C's because these are the next ones. These 2 C's are not a digraph and it's not a blend. So I'm going to split it right here. So C-O-N, con, and T-E-S-T, est. And then put it together, contest. All right, well, that is pretty much it for our routines. Please let me know if you have any questions. Once you have worked through pretty much all the words, make sure you do go through like the non-examples and explain why they are not a closed syllable. And it's because they do not have this short sound. Then once you feel like they are confident enough in that skill, then you may test them right here. We really want our students no lower than a 13 out of 15. So if they're scoring like a 12 out of 15, then you need to redo that skill with them. All right. Well, that is all of our multisyllabic routine. Thank you guys for listening. And I hope it made sense because I know this is kind of fast, but you would kind of do the same routine for the other ones, but you would just focus on that skill. So the next skill is focus on silent E. So if the word doesn't end with an E, then it's most likely not a silent E and will not fit our skill. So thank you guys for listening, and please, as always, let me know if you have any questions.